May it please, my lord. My lord, part 2, item number 2, and for the respondent number 2, my lord, I've received some communication from my client. The matter pertains to metering surcharge which was levied by APDCL upon the gardens owned by the respondent number 2. Pursuant to filing of the writ petition, my lord, several adjustments have been made in the electricity bills. I have handed over the instructions to the client for the petitioner, my lord. The same needs to be verified, my lord.
Next Tuesday, my lord. Sorry, next Tuesday. All right.
Okay.
May I please, madam? WPC number 2988 may kindly be taken up next week any day or if it's convenient.
What is the matter about?
Matter was about the ASHA selection, ASHA worker selection.
Go to bench 3. This is bench 5.
May I please, your lordship? Lordship, may I put listing of an item on next Wednesday, lordship?
What is
The matter regarding settlement of market, lordship.
settlement of market is not this bench. Bench 4.
Bench four.
May I please your lordship? I beg to mention for listing of a matter for withdrawal on tomorrow, lordship.
May it please your lordship, I beg to mention a matter for listing WPC number 551 of 2021. The matter is regarding payment of compensation for acquiring of land by the state government. So lordship might give a date for next week.
Next week is not possible. Choose a date after 15th August.
Much obliged.
Hailing is for admission item 1.
Just a minute. Just a minute. So there is a case now, region argument or something. There is a case. Written arguments are not there in the time. Median Hanoi case or written argument will have put. Just take it. Yes.
May I have an answer?
Yes.
This matter came on the last week. Now it is even posted. The order is that Lordship will try to dispose of the matter at the admission stage. Our matter relates to subsidy. My lord, I am JD Chemicals, a partnership firm. My lord, started the industry. Now, my lord, thereafter, my lord, there was a change of constitution in our body. We converted ourselves to a private limited company, and finally we converted in 2013 we converted to private limited company. 2018 we have converted to LLP. The industry unit remains same, my lord, because my lord, we are concerned with the industry unit. Now, my lord, while we got the registration initially, my lord, we got the registration under the 1971 my lord, transport subsidy scheme, because that was the scheme prevailing at that point of time. In 2013 January, my lord, Fed subsidy scheme came, and my lord, that was 71 scheme was taken out, my lord, and this scheme came. Now, my lord, as per the scheme, my lord, who during 1971 who are registered, but they have not started the my lord, production. My lord, they will be treated as a new industrial unit under the FSS scheme, trade subsidy scheme. And my lord, in view of clause 17, their registration has to be my lord, shifted from the my lord, transport subsidy, transferred to transport subsidy to the my lord, freight subsidy scheme. My lord, it was the duty of the my lord, the industry, director of industries or DIC, my lord, not on us. Now, my lord, what happened, my lord, in 2014, since my lord, they have not done it, my lord, we written a letter to them in 2014 that kindly convert our registration under the freight subsidy scheme from the transport subsidy scheme. They, my lord, did not do anything, my lord, till 2019. Again, we wrote a letter in 2019. Ultimately, in 2019, they will not change the registration. They say that your registration has been changed from the date when it was registered under the transport subsidy scheme. That was, but it was done in 2019. In the meantime, my lord, we started the production on 27/3/2017. The production started. Now, my lord, we have submitted our claims and all that. Those were processed by the general manager, DIC, my lord, and sent to the my lord, higher authorities for the processing, because they are steps by steps, they will go to the my lord, ultimately to the SLC, and finally, my lord, the matter will be finalized, and if the payment is here, the payment will be made by the nodal agency. Now, my lord, we wrote a representation that why you are not processing, my lord, since we came to know that earlier they processed, later on they started not processing. Then we will not approach the concerned authority that in view of the clause 17, but our registration was already deemed to have been converted under the trade subsidy scheme, so we are entitled to. And we started the production thereafter only. Not, my lord, that production was started earlier, registration was done later. Well, they wrote that, no, under the clause 8, you are not entitled to. Then, my lord, we came before this honorable court, filed the report, then when notice was issued. In the meantime, there was a letter from the central government that up to 31/3/2017, who were already filed there. So there has to be processed and finished within the 31st of July 2023. So we approached this honorable court by way of an interim application. That application was lastly, on the last occasion, the prayer was allowed to that extent. And the matter is fixed today. For try to dispose of the matter finally if possible.
What is the order passed in the IA? Let me see.
The order is passed in the main petition, not in IA. Your lordship will kindly see order dated 26/7/2023. It was before my lord Justice Borba, my lord, on that day.
So what has happened pursuant to this order, 26/7/2023?
My lord, we have already taken the certified copy and we have submitted to the government. My lord, my friend Mr. Kalita was also, my lord, stated that he will intimate to the concerned authority so that portion should be processed.
That commissionerate has intimated to DPII, the central authority under which the scheme is there.
No, this order says that they will take appropriate steps so that the application does not become infructuous.
So,
What does it- what does it
Lordship,
mean?
so accordingly, Lordship, the commissionerate has already intimated that there is a case going on and there is an interim order passed. So this should be also taken into consideration. So they will take necessary steps as far as that part is concerned.
So ready for disposal? Yes.
May I take to my lord? First to the subsidy scheme, my lord. It page 41. Page 41.
Page 21.
44(1). Annex 4.
Yes. Yes.
My lord, this on 22nd of January 2013, this scheme was, my lord, brought, my lord, into force.
Yes.
The government of India has approved the following scheme for grant of trade subsidy to eligible industrial units. This industrial unit is very important, my lord, because they are making some argument on that, my lord, it will be required to or so. Located in selected states, district on transportation of raw materials and finished goods to and from certain selected area for viewpoint promoting. Now, my lord, it come into effect from the date of its publication in the official gazette. Now, my lord, your lordship can skip for the present purpose. My lord, will come to page 42. E, industrial unit. Industrial unit means an industrial unit where a manufacturing activity is carried on. Now, my lord, manufacturing activity has been defined in F, means any activity which brings about a change, my lord. That is basically. Now, new industrial unit is G, means an industrial unit where manufacturing activity has commenced on or after the date of publication of the scheme on the official gazette. So, my lord, in our case also, we started the production in 2017, 27/3/2017. That is a date that will have some bearing, my lord, on the facts and circumstances.
27/3/2017.
27th of March 2017. My lord.
What is the product you are manufacturing?
My lord, the products are, my lord, basically detergents, soaps, and other things, my lord. And my lord, basically, we also manufacture for Hindustan Unilever Limited and all that, for there we manufacture. Now, my lord, we have stated in para 2 of my writ petition, my lord. If your lordship would like to,
Yes.
I can just pinpoint to my lord, my lord. Para 2, page 6, my lord. The change of constitution I have given. Petitioner LP is engaged in the production of home care products like soap, detergent powder, bar, etc. It will be necessary to state produces the products as per requirement of Hindustan Unilever Limited. LP produce products of various brands like Wheel, Surf, Reen, Surf Excel, Vim, etc. And the production capacity is 60,000 MT and average production in the current financial year is approximately 44. So these things are not in dispute, my lord. Basic dispute, my lord, I'm coming. Now, my lord, raw material nodal agency, my lord, selected area, I'm within the selected area. There is no grievance to that. Now, my lord will come to page 43, clause 6, my lord. Page 47. The scheme is applicable to all eligible industrial units, both in public and private sector, irrespective of size, located in the selected area and which commence commercial production within the period of validity of the scheme. Subsidy under the scheme will be admissible to eligible industrial unit for a period of 5 years from the date of commencement of commercial production. Now, my lord, I will just pinpoint to my lord paragraph 8. That is page 47, my lord, because their case is that we come within the purview of paragraph 8 or clause 8 of the scheme. Page 47. Well, may I read? Industrial unit desirous of claiming subsidy under the scheme shall get registered with the district industry center concerned prior to the date of commencement of its commercial production of new industrial unit or before undertaking substantial
You
expansion.
are reading from which para?
Page 47, para 8, my lord. Clause 8 or para 8, my lord, the scheme. Industrial unit desirous of claiming subsidy under the scheme shall get registered with the district industry center concerned prior to the date of commencement of its commercial production. The my lord, we have to get it registered prior to commercial production. And in case of, my lord, the existing industry having expansion, then it says that before undertaking substantial expansion for existing industrial unit. My lord, we are not concerned about that. My lord, we are new industrial unit. The general manager of the district industry center concerned shall be the competent authority to issue registration certificate. No industrial unit should be registered for benefits under the scheme if such industrial unit is covered under the negative list given at Annexure 2 of the notification. That is clause 5, my lord, negative list. We don't come within that.
You submitted application for registration when?
Lord, we submitted our registration was under subsidy scheme in 2012 itself. Well, I'll just show your lordship that under the transport subsidy scheme, we got registered in 2012. That certificate, my lord, can Annexure 3, page 40. My lord, JD Chemicals, when we were the partnership firm, then it was registered 3/3/2012. I am to inform you that unit has been registered in the District Industry and Commerce Center for the above mentioned scheme and allotted the registration number so and so dated 3/3/2012. Well, it was under the 71 transport subsidy scheme, it was registered. The changes brought by our entity from chemicals to Jericho Chemicals Private Limited has been noted down. Also change from the unit Jericho Chemicals Private Limited to Jericho LLP has also been noted down by the industry department. We have informed to them and they have taken note of. Now, my lord, if your lordship.
Yes.
Now, my lord, clause 9, 10, and all these clauses in the scheme. My lord, your lordship, my lord, I was reading page 47.
Yes.
Now, my lord, I am skipping these 9 and all that. These are, my lord, how they will process and all that. These nodal agencies and all, my lord, we are not. My lord, will come to page 52 now. My lord, that is very important.
Yes.
The transport subsidy scheme announced by so and so notification dated so and so as amended from time to time will cease to operate with effect from the date of notification of the scheme for new units. Our
Page
unit was
52 or 53?
52, I have read, my lord. 53, I'm reading, my lord. 52 starts, my lord, that close.
Hmm.
A new units in industrial units which have reported to commencement of commercial production before notification of the scheme and subsidy is being claimed by such industrial unit or unit under the provision of so and so will continue to be governed by the TCS 1971. Now, my lord, this is important. However, an industrial unit registered under the TCS which has not claimed subsidy under the TCS 1971 before the date of publication of the Freight Subsidy Scheme 2013 in the official gazette will be covered under the Freight Subsidy Scheme 2013. And new industrial unit, provided it is otherwise eligible for subsidy as per the provisions of the Freight Subsidy Scheme 2013. Now, the registration of such industrial unit under so and so shall be transferred to registration under the Freight Subsidy Scheme by the concerned district industry center. The duty was passed on the district industry center to transfer our Freight Subsidy Scheme registration, transport subsidy scheme registration to freight subsidy scheme registration. The last line is very important. Now, our case is that we are covered under clause 17, not under clause 3. As we were already registered under the transport subsidy scheme in 2012. Into 22nd of January 2013.
But you have not availed transport subsidies.
No, I am not availed. Those are not in dispute also, my lord. We have not availed any transport subsidy. We have not started even production, my lord. Commercial production we have started on 27th 2017. This is, my lord, basically our case. We say that we are covered by clause 17, not by clause 8. Now, my lord, there we have already submitted, my lord. I'll, if need be, my lord, I'll show to my lord. If your lordship will kindly, first let me show their, my lord. Why they do not, my lord? Page 80, my lord. 80. I'll show the other documents, my lord, which are necessary.
Yes.
We are agreed by this, my lord. With reference to the subject cited above, I would like to inform you that as per the legal opinion of Freight so and so Jericho obtained from Standing Counsel so and so, the claim has been made by Jericho Chemicals LLP, and the unit has gone for commercial production in the month of March 2017. At that point of time, the mandatory registration under the industry and government sector was in the name of Jericho Chemicals Private Limited. In January 2019, the unit has again changed the constitution from private limited company to a limited liability partnership, that is Jericho Chemicals LLP. However, its TCS registration was not converted to under so and so, so the unit went for commercial production under Jericho Chemicals Private Limited only. Now, clause 8, as per section 8 of the Freight Subsidy Scheme, any unit that is eligible to claim freight subsidy can claim the same only if the unit is already registered under the aforesaid scheme prior to its commercial production. Since the registration of the unit did not get it registered, converted under the freight subsidy scheme prior to its commercial production, the unit cannot claim the freight subsidy under the aforesaid scheme. But as far as I have understood, my lord, that since we have got the registration in 2019, because they have registered in 2019, that is not our fault, my lord. I'll show the letter.
Yes, where is the letter? 2019. Page 78.
Page 78, yes, my lord. Page 78. Your application nil dated 22/1/2014. My lord, in fact, before starting the commercial production, my lord, we wrote the letter to them that you kindly do it.
And where is your letter?
Our letter is, my lord, 14 to the hour, 62, my lord. My lord, got it. The reference to above, we are registered as a transport by your letter date so and so. The unit has not gone into commercial production till date, and as per the new notification, Government of India has been replaced by freight subsidy scheme. As per notification, unit registered under TSS not commencing commercial production till date of the officer need to convert from TCS to FSS of the concerned DIIC. Well, we have not applied. We have brought to their notice that as per clause 17, this is the position. So you kindly do it. They are not doing it. They have kept it pending. Then we gave another letter. 60. 63. Then we'll page 63.
So the question is it a case of fresh registration or a case of
Yes,
transfer? of
yes, my lord,
registration?
exactly, my lord, my lord,
That's
my
the
lord,
policy.
my lord, my lord.
So therefore, this question has to be answered in the context that merely because the constitution of the firm has undergone changes,
Yes, yes, my lord.
will it denude the unit of its basic character under the scheme as a
Scheme.
manufacturing unit? That is the sole.
That is the issue, my lord.
That is the
basic
issue.
issue, my lord.
If the answer by the court is that regardless of change in name and constitution, the subsidy is relatable to the unit. So if the unit is one and the same, then it doesn't change any character. Then you succeed. If the answer is in the
Yes.
other side, then it fails. So do you have any authority on that?
Well, we didn't got any authority, but my lord, your lordship will kindly see the limited partnership, limited liability partnership act 2008. হ'ব এইটো নতুন নেকি এইটো চাব কিবা আছে my lord, section 55 onwards.
So just a few dates before we move on. This was originally a partnership firm.
Originally, it was a partnership firm, my lord. My lord, may I just
When
give
was it registered?
my lord, my lord. Annexure 1 to know partnership or কথা কৈ আছে my lord, the registration under the my lord freight subsidy scheme in 2012.
No, no,
sorry.
registration of the firm, partnership firm.
No, yeah, that date is not given there, my lord. It was, my lord, as per my instruction received, my lord, it was prior to 2012. We have not annexed any document there.
No, but is the date given? Is the
Specific-
date given?
No specific date has been given. Not a specific date as a partnership when it came into existence, that date is not given. But my lord, in
This will be
2000,
necessary for writing out the judgment. Because you are not producing any authority also. The court will have to pass an original
authority,
judgment.
I tried to find out, my lord, I didn't get anything.
That's all right, but these particulars will be required.
No, we'll furnish it, my lord. We'll furnish.
When was it first registered as a partnership firm?
That will be, my lord, the date is here, my lord.
Yes. Then
Because, my lord, yesterday.
can your assisting counsel find out?
ফোন কৰি সুধিলো আৰু।
There is no document, but it was incorporated as a company on 18/5/2012.
That's separate.
Mr. Raleigh, that is
No,
not the question.
Well, I have
A
understood.
partnership has to be registered
Yes.
and it has to be done at a particular date.
To that effect,
What is that date?
Yes.
And how many partners were there?
To that effect. we'll
Yes,
take
and
it.
what is the name of that partnership, original partnership?
JD Chemicals. JD Chemicals, that we have stated, my lord. That we have stated.
All right. Then after that,
After
became
that,
a
my lord,
private limited company.
private limited company, and my lord, to that extent, we have annexed the, my lord, certificate of incorporation. That was incorporated on 18th of May
18/5/2012.
2012. Annexure 1, page 38.
What is the name?
my lord,
Annexure 1, page 38.
38.
What was the name?
Name, my lord, Jericho Chemicals Private Limited.
Hmm.
Then
Yes. So when it was incorporated as a private limited company, the manufacturing unit was not set up.
no, the product manufacturing street was under the process of doing it, but production was not started.
Production, but
Commercial production was not started. Commercial was a little later.
all right.
And my lord, lordship, 11, 1911, 2011, it was my lord, registered
Partnership.
partnership. The formation of partnership, 1911, 2011.
And how many partners? Any?
My lord, my lord, in the supplementary deed, they have given a chart to me, my lord. Later on in the supplementary deed in 2012, 8 partners were there. Well, this part of the fact, my lord, I'll place before my lord.
All right. When was it re-registered as an LLP?
LLP is there, my lord. That on 22nd of March 2018. Annexure 2, page 39.
So that is after commencement of production.
Yes, yes. That's true.
All right. And where is the certificate to that extent?
My lord,
Where is the
page,
certificate?
page 13, page 39, annexure 2.
All right. All right. What do you wanted to show from the LLP Act 2008?
My lord, from the LLP Act 2008, my lord, I was to page section 55, my lord.
Yes, please.
Conversion from firm to limited liability partnership. Then 56, conversion from private company to limited liability partnership. 56 is important for our purpose. Then 58, my lord. Fifty-eight is important. What will be the impact, my lord? Effect. The registrar on satisfying that a firm, private company or unregistered public company, as the case may be, has complied with the provisions. So these are the clause 4 will be important. Notwithstanding anything contained in any other law for the time being in force, on and from the date of registration, if specified in the certificate of registration issued under the second schedule, third and fourth schedule, as the case may be, there shall be a limited liability partnership by the name specified in the certificate of registration under the Act. All tangible, movable, and immovable, and intangible property vested in the firm or the company, as the case may be. All assets, interests, rights, privileges, liabilities, obligations relating to the firm or the company, as the case may be, and the whole of the undertaking of the firm or the company, as the case may be, shall be transferred to and shall vest in the limited liability partnership without further assurance, act, or deed. And the firm or the company, as the case may be, shall be deemed to be dissolved and removed from the records of the registrar of firm or registrar of company, as the case may be. So, my lord, all the rights, liabilities, and everything, my lord, it will be vested in the limited liabilities company partnership. My lord, in 18/5/2012, it was, my lord, private limited company. At that point of time, it has not gone to. Their contention is basically that when you got registered, you were a private limited company. When you started the, my lord, production also, you were a private limited company. You came into existence as an LLP in 2018. That was after the production started.
Yes.
So, my lord, from section 56 and 58, my lord, it is, my lord, my submission would be, my lord, that whatever the private limited company was having the right, privileges and all other liabilities and everything will be, my lord, immediately, my lord, after being registered under the limited liability firm, my lord, it will be have the same, my lord, right, privileges and other things. Now, my lord, your lordship will kindly note that it is the industrial unit, my lord. Hmm? Very good. My lord, may I just point out another aspect of the matter, though this is not given there, right?
Yes,
Well, we got it registered, this, my lord, on 16/12/2011 under the, my lord, NE, IIP and other, there were several other schemes, my lord. Under the District Industry Center, we got registered, my lord, that document has not been given, but I have a copy on 16/12/2011, we got registered. As JD Chemicals, as a partnership firm. Now, my lord, they have filed an affidavit in this matter, my lord. May I just pinpoint to my lord their contention there. My lord, it was filed
by
on,
respondent number 9.
no, respondent number 9 is not relevant. Probably, my lord, Mr. Bhatra is appearing. That they are dispersing, not
Says you are not relevant.
not relevant, my lord. I'm not saying that relevant, definitely, but at this stage.
Okay, you mean his client. All right, all right.
They will disperse the amount, my lord. Once SLC and all they pass on, my lord, then they will be dispersing. I am on the, my lord, affidavit in opposition of respondent number 2 to 8, my lord. That was filed, my lord, probably on 24th of July 2023. My lord, we received a copy on that.
Yes.
I'm not taking to my lord to other paragraphs. My lord, in para 11, page 94, page 5. Earlier part, my lord. So far the changes are concerned, my lord, they have accepted in paragraph 6, my lord. So far the changes are concerned, they have accepted. My lord, paragraph 6, page 3. That with regard to the statements made in paragraph 4 of the writ petition, the answering deponent states that petition unit has applied TS registration in the name of JD Chemicals, and registration was issued in the unit on 15/3/2012, and registration number so and so was allotted. Later, the same unit was incorporated as private, same unit. My lord will kindly see their contention, same unit. They are not saying that the unit is different. The same unit was incorporated as private limited company in the year 2012. Thereafter, the unit has again changed its name from Jericho Private Limited to Jericho LLP on 26/2/2019. That date is not correct. Date is 18/5/2018. It was incorporated as a LLP. Now, huh? Changing to, yeah. I mean, Lord, that fact has been, my lord, taken note of in page 40, annexure 3 in our writ petition. My lordship got it, my lord.
Yes.
Down below, my lord will see first name, style of Mr. Jerry Chemicals has been changed to Mr. Jericho Chemicals Private Limited. Then next is change of the unit from Jericho Chemicals Private Limited to Mr. Jericho Chemicals LLP. That was recorded, my lord, in 26/2/2019. That's why they have given a date there, my lord, 26/2019. So, my lord, this aspect of the matter, my lord, they are not denying, they are admitting that is correct. And my lord, page 64, annexure 7. My lord, actually, this is from Department of Promotion and Industry and Industrial Trade. But they, my lord, entrepreneurs are there, my lord, they have to get their memorandum. Page 64.
Hmm.
There also, my lord, I am directed to refer to your dated Neil so and so in the above mentioned subject and say that the following corrections, modifications, amendments are made by the ministry in the IEM acknowledgement number so and so. That, my lord, your lordship will find name of the company Jericho Chemicals Private Limited, then Jericho Chemicals LLP. Then, my lord, from 2019, my lord, we have raised the, my lord, our claims. From page 67 to page 75, your lordship will find those claims are there.
All right, Mr. Agarwal, please take your seat.
May I just pinpoint there, my lord? Yes, no, not it.
Lordship. Dates have been already, Lordship may have noted down, our senior has already given. But though there is a repetition, Lordship, I will just point out the dates will be a little bit relevant.
So your stand is, these are two different entities.
These all are different entities, Lordship. The first registration which was obtained by them, that was under transport subsidy scheme. It was obtained by JD Chemicals. That was a partnership firm.
So if these are two different entities, then transfer or conversion is not permissible.
Yes, because
Why did you do it?
no,
on
Lordship,
1/6
Lordship, thing is that this transfer of registration is not permissible. That is, Lordship is very correct.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
asking.
that's-
Why have you done it on 1/6/2019?
No, 1/6/2019. that-
Please read it.
Yes, Lordship. Page 78, your Lordship. Okay. So this has been done by the, this has been,
Mr. Kalita, kindly read the first three sentences.
page 78, your Lordship is
Yes,
saying.
yes.
Yes, the registration under freight subsidy scheme subject. Your application dated nil dated so and so for conversion of registration under TS scheme to registration under FS scheme. I am to inform you that TS registration of your unit granted by so and so dated 5/3/2012 by DICC Kamrup is hereby converted to registration under FSS unit FSS as a new unit and allotted the registration number dated so and so. So this has been done. This is a mistake committed by the department.
Mistake.
There is a mistake. That is the department's instruction. There is a mistake on this because, Lordship, this freight subsidy scheme expired. Freight subsidy scheme was taken back by the central government in 2016. And after that, Lordship, there could not have been any kind of registration. The registration which are already operating, they can avail it for 5 years from the commercial data production. But this was done by mistake by the department. That has to be agreed here also. That is by instruction. So now, Lordship, I will take your Lordship to other facts. So, Lordship, initial registration was.
So then how, Mr. Kalita, before you go to other things,
Lordship,
how do you explain clause 17 of the scheme?
17 years, Lordship. I'll
Yes. This document is of 2000. This freight subsidy scheme was 2013.
2013 it has come.
Yes. Then you say that this freight subsidy scheme was withdrawn.
It was withdrawn in 2016 by
Where
government
is that
notification.
document? Where is the document?
I'll just place before us.
It's not a part of the record.
It is not part of the record.
Are you aware of this, Mr. Agarwal?
No, they have taken this point in, my lord, their affidavit. Then, my lord, I got a notification from the, my lord. And I have read the notification. I do not know whether the same notification is that it was on 22nd of November 2016.
It's on on the top, lordship, it was written there,
Ministry of Commerce and Industry.
on the left hand side top.
Hmm.
So this is not disputed, lordship, this has been taken back. That central
Hello.
government council is also there, he can also.
Just 1 minute.
My lord, this, my lord, in my humble submission will be, my lord, let him complete, my lord, I'll make my submission on that. This will not apply to me.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Khalil.
So lordship, only 2-3 dates, lordship, that I'll point out.
Yes, yes.
This, that initial registration under TSS scheme.
Hmm.
That was granted to them on 15/3/2012. That is there, lordship, that is on record. And it was granted in the name of
Initial registration was granted on 15.
3/2012 under TSS scheme. It was granted to JD Chemicals, lordship, JD Chemicals, Messrs JD Chemicals.
Hmm.
Then on 18/5/2012, they have converted JD Chemicals to Jericho Chemicals Private Limited in
Yes.
2012. 18/5/2012.
Yes.
Then lordship, they converted again to Jericho Chemicals LLP on 22/3/2018.
Yes.
In between, lordship, that 22/11/2016 that I have pointed out, that scheme has been taken back by the central government. And another important date, lordship, that their commercial production date.
Yes.
The commercial production happened on
27 March 2017.
17, yes. So these are a couple of dates, lordship, I just wanted to point out. So my basic, lordship, argument will be, my submission will be that when this company was registered under TSS, it was in the name of JD Chemicals.
Hmm.
JD Chemicals. And when they sought for conversion, the company has already changed to a different entity that is called Jericho Chemicals Private Limited. So they have not sought conversion from JD Chemicals to Jericho Chemicals LLP. So it cannot be done because the company, it was registered under TSS, under the name of JD Chemicals. Now they have changed it to Jericho Chemicals Private Limited, and they have sought in the name, sought for conversion in the name of Jericho Chemicals LLP. So registration was done under JD Chemicals. It was not under Jericho Chemicals Private Limited. So initially what they should have done, they should have converted it to from JD Chemicals to Jericho Chemicals Private Limited, then maybe from Jericho Chemicals Private Limited to Jericho Chemicals LLP. That they have not done.
No, please repeat. What are you saying?
So what I'm saying is, lordship, that initial registration under TSS was in the name of JD Chemicals.
Hmm.
Now they are saying that they have sought for a conversion of this company, of this registration to Jericho Chemicals LLP. Correct, lordship? Now, in 2014, the letter they have given, your lordship, that is a page 62, my senior has already pointed out, that has come, that what they are asking, that they have already become Jericho Chemicals Private Limited. Page 62, your lordship. So it is under the name of Jericho Chemicals Private Limited. So Jericho Chemicals Private Limited is a non-entity before TSS. So under the TSS, it was JD Chemicals. So what they should have ideally done is like they should have converted from JD Chemicals to Jericho Chemicals Private Limited, then probably Jericho Chemicals to Jericho Chemicals LLP. That they haven't done. Now from the company which was not existed, the company or partnership or the entity whose name was not registered under TSS, how it can be converted to a different entity, you know. Now, Lordship, as I have stated, that this scheme has been already withdrawn. So para 20 of my affidavit, Your Lordship, I have stated specifically, page 7, Your Lordship, para 20, that with regard to the submissions made in paragraph 26 of the writ petition, it is stated that petitioner mentioned that the unit had gone into commercial production on 27/3/2017. That is after the scheme has already been withdrawn. Whereas Government of India decided to discontinue the freight subsidy scheme 2013 with immediate effect, via notification number so and so. Accordingly, industrial units registered under FSS 2013 prior to the aforesaid date, that is 22/11/2016, are only eligible for subsidy under a freight subsidy scheme 2013. Under these circumstances, the unit is not eligible for benefit under FSS 2013 as the unit did not get converted its TSS registration to FSS registration in time.
So can there be freight subsidy before commencement of production?
No, it cannot be that. So that's what
Just a minute.
Yes, no, sir.
This is a question to both sides.
Yes.
Supposing all other things are ignored, even then, the petitioner could not have been entitled for freight subsidy before 27/3/2017, which is the date of commencement of production.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct.
Date
So-
of commencement.
Before date of commencement, the scheme itself was withdrawn.
Withdrawn.
I am granting the petitioner all other counts. Let us assume that all other arguments can be brushed aside. Let us assume that your application filed on 2014, that is on 22/1/2014, should have been acted upon on 23/1/2014. Let's assume, correct? Even then, you will be entitled to freight subsidy that is in the form of reimbursement with effect from the date on which you commence production, not prior to that. You can't claim subsidy prior to commencement.
No. Prior to commencement, we can't.
But prior to commencement, the scheme itself was withdrawn.
No, your lordship will kindly see that is what I'm saying, that the scheme was withdrawn not for the others. Your lordship may read that.
Achha, you are disputing that.
Disputing their notification says, my lord, I have come to know about this
No, that is
notification that
No, but there is no rejoinder affidavit.
rejoinder, my lord, we have not filed because, my lord, the matter was taken up on that same day, my lord. The affidavit was filed prior to that day. It was our difficulty.
24, we have.
My lord, your lordship will kindly.
No, Mr. Agarwal, you see, this is a court proceeding.
Yeah.
You have accepted this position. There is no rejoinder. The court will have to go by that. So based on what is there on record,
No, I'm arguing on the notification itself. Not, disputing and all that. I'm arguing on the basis of
the
notification.
difficulty is he is saying the scheme was withdrawn.
No,
from
not
this-
true, my lord. That, my lord, may I read that, my lord? That's what, my lord.
The
That's
scheme,
true, my lord. As per this notification, the scheme was withdrawn. But what it says, my lord will kindly. In Government of India has decided, my lordship is holding the same or not, I do not know, my lord, the copy of the notification.
Shall I have a look at it? Is it the same?
I'll give, my lord, if need be, my lord. I have brought.
So, Mr. Agarwal, I hope
Same, sir.
with your experience, you are understanding what the court is hinting at.
No, I have understood. I have understood.
This is a determination of a factual issue, whether the notification was withdrawn or not.
Yes,
They say it was withdrawn, you remain silent. The court has to give a ruling that it was not withdrawn. How is it possible?
My lord, I'm not saying, my lord, you're not withdrawn.
Then if it
What-
is withdrawn, then
My lord,
how?
I'm not saying, my lord, it has said something more, my lord. That's what I would like to point out.
Okay,
The same thing, my lord, the same notification. It was type copy.
just 1 minute. Yes, which line?
The government of India has decided to discontinue the freight facility scheme, so and so, with immediate effect. Accordingly, industrial unit registered under the freight facility in 2013. Prior to the date of issue of the notification, alone will be eligible for the benefits of the scheme. My lord, will kindly see, my lord, may I, why I am trying to, my lord, point out, my lord, para 17, my lord, I have read. With immediate, accordingly, industrial units registered under the freight subsidy scheme prior to the date of issue of this notification alone will be eligible for benefits of the scheme. In addition, industrial units registered under the erstwhile transport subsidy scheme prior to 22/1/2030 who are eligible for subsidy under the provisions of TS will continue to be eligible for residual benefits as per provisions of notification dated so and so. My lord, what I'm trying to pinpoint to my lord, that my lord, if 17 is applied,
Hmm.
my lord, it's automatic. My lord, I am deemed to have it. It is their duty cast on them that you transfer it. But the duty is not cast on me that I have to go to apply and to get it
No,
reached.
that point is understood, Mr. Agarwal. As subject to, of course, after hearing arguments, prima facie, it appears that your client will not be entitled to freight subsidy scheme. Because the production commenced on a date,
2017.
and before that, the scheme was withdrawn. Now, it appears that even if the scheme is withdrawn, the transport subsidy scheme entitlement will still continue. It appears prima facie. What Mr. Kalita will say on this, we'll see. But the difficulty is the pleadings are not complete on this point.
No, not.
So what is your stand officially that cannot be recorded by the court?
Hmm?
It appears that in addition, industrial units registered under the erstwhile transport subsidy scheme 1971 prior to 22/1/2013 who are eligible for subsidy under the provisions of transport subsidy scheme 1971 will continue to be eligible for residual benefits as per provision of notification of so and so, so and so, so and so. So even if it is held that the scheme, freight subsidy scheme having been withdrawn,
Withdrawn.
your commencement having been, your production having been commenced after the withdrawal, a mandamus to pay freight subsidy may not be possible.
My lord,
All right.
that's true, my lord, your lordship, my lord.
But whether your client would still be entitled to transport subsidy scheme, if that is the point you want to press, then the court is willing to hear that. Or if it is your stand that
that is-
no, either freight subsidy or nothing, that also stand you can take. Then the court will decide as per the stand you take. Will not go here and there. If your argument is that no, I am entitled to freight subsidy scheme and that's all I want, nothing more, then we'll decide the matter according to the points canvassed. But if you have an alternative argument that even if freight subsidy is found to be not applicable, even then the petitioner cannot be denied transport subsidy. That is a point which prima facie, as per the language of the notification, appears to be making some headway. But for that also, you have to bring your pleadings on record. That pleadings are not there. The rejoinder is
No.
not there.
Rejoinder is
answer-
not there.
The response to para 20 is not there. These are financial matters. These are merely passing an order is not enough. The order has to be sustainable so that they can be compelled. A scheme which has been withdrawn, unless it turns out that, but for the negligence of the officials, every other aspect you fulfill the requirement, then as a compensatory jurisdiction, the writ court can mold a relief. But perhaps that will not be possible in this case. Because the freight subsidy scheme was apparently withdrawn prior to the date of commencement, and you cannot claim subsidy for activities prior to commencement of production in your industrial unit. So that appears to be the long and short of the matter, subject to what you may have to say. If this withdrawal thing was not there,
No, no, but that was not the point. My submission would be
hmm,
that when the issued the letter,
hmm,
that was not that it is withdrawn because you are not entitled to. My lord will kindly see, this is for the first time in the affidavit they have taken. Not prior to that, my lord. Before lordship, I have shown the letter. Their case is that your case comes under clause 8. So you are not entitled to. Since you have not registered, you are not entitled to.
they are wrong on that. Then even then, you can't get any freight subsidy.
And secondly, my lord, my submission would be
Hmm.
that, my lord, the notification which they are relying on now, my lord, of 22nd of November, my lord, it does not say that, my lord, when you will start the commercial production or when not, my lord. My lord will kindly see again, my lord, if need be, my lord, I'll, my lord, again, my lord, try to.
Okay, okay.
Accordingly, industrial unit registered under the freight subsidy scheme prior to the date of issue of this notification. 2016, the notification was issued. My registration has been converted. Though 2019 they have done, my registration was given from the date of 2012. This is my humble submission. That if that be so, the question of whether I have started the commercial production or not will not come within the way, because this notification does not say that no, you have to start the commercial production before the notification has been issued. This is very specifically says, accordingly, industrial units registered under the freight subsidy scheme prior to the date of issuance of notification alone will be eligible for the benefit of this scheme. And in addition to that, my lord, if you are registered under the transport subsidy scheme, whatever residual benefits whatever you are entitled to, my lord, you will be entitled. And my lord, so far the
Yes,
my friend is saying that, my lord, can we, my lord, be permitted to file a rejoinder?
I think he is wise.
Huh?
He's very wise.
It will be why. It will be.
But after hearing.
My lord, that's true, my lord. That's what I was finding little difficult to, my lord, make this submission before my lord. My lord, I know, my lord, lordship will react it, my lord. I told my friend that if I say this, my lord will react to this. My lord, why you have wasted the court's time? But my lord, the situation is such, my lord, here. My lord, ultimately, my lord, Supreme Court in number of cases says that, my lord, those decisions I have brought, my lord, that you cannot deny, my lord, merely on these technical grounds, my lord. Delay and all that and other things, my lord, on technical ground. If I am entitled to, my lord, the basic purpose is to give this.
We will treat your registration to have been converted on 24th of January 2014. Let's go like that.
Yeah.
Or 22nd of January 2000.
My lord, yes, my lord. There are 2 dates, my lord. There cannot be 3 dates.
22nd of January 2014, you got your conversion.
Conversion.
Now satisfy the court.
My
How
lord,
you are
your
entitled.
lordship will kindly see, my lord. And then my lord, the scheme. The scheme, my lord. Scheme and, my lord, their notification also. That notification I have read, my lord, I would not like to read again and again, my lord.
So yours will be treated as a new industrial unit.
New industrial unit will not be because I have not started the commercial production during the transport subsidy. I'll be new industrial unit. And my lord, for that purpose, my lord will kindly look through.
Mr. Agarwal, you must reflect on one particular clause, that is clause 6(1).
I have read it. I have
Can you
read it.
kindly
I have
read
read
it?
it. I have read it. I have read it.
Your production must commence during the validity of the scheme. That's the end
That I
of the
have seen,
matter.
my lord. That I have seen.
What else is there? Your production commenced on a date when the scheme was withdrawn.
But my lord, on the other say, you know, it will be, my lord, the scheme say, the scheme will be, my lord, whether, my lord, that's what I'm saying, my lord, that this notification, my lord, I require some, my lord, reply. Because whether, my lord, your lordship will kindly see, the scheme will be automatically terminated after 5 years from the date of publication of his official gazette. The scheme was for purpose of for 5 years.
That's right, but they've withdrawn it prior to that. They've withdrawn it within less than 3 years.
Let's say yes.
That is not under challenge.
That was not a,
Withdrawal of the scheme is not under challenge.
no, we came to know only when they may not took into the.
See, the point is, these are financial matters. Your client is seeking a mandamus to enforce a right which would amount to a charge on the public exchequer. Correct. So that kind of a mandamus can be issued and should be issued. But the court will have to come to a categorical finding that the facts and the provisions of the scheme taken in its entirety confers a right on your client. But that right has been denied to the petitioner by adopting a discriminatory or a selective approach. In these circumstances, a writ of mandamus can be issued by the court, compelling them to do their duty. So for that, the court has to come to a finding that for XYZ reason, there was a duty upon the respondents to extend the benefit of the scheme. Their argument that you have changed the characteristics, I think doesn't sound to be very appealing. Because of provisions of the LLP Act. Of course, there are some lapses. I've seen the application made by your client. They are almost saying, don't register us. What is this letter written? What is this letter written on 22nd of January 2014? Such a casual, cavalier letter. What does it say? Please read it. What is he saying in that letter?
Let me.
He is saying do the needful. What is that needful? Where is the required to convert? And convert from whom to whom?
No, it is said below that you need a commercial production till date, a new notification government subsidy scheme has been dated so and so. Notification unit register at TS, not commencing commercial production till date of notification need to be converted from TSS to FSS. You have made a request to be converted.
All right, let's.
May not be very very happily drafted, I may be, I'm not saying. Page 62. As per the notification, unit registered under TSS, not commencing commercial production till date of notification, need to convert from TSS to FSS on concern of the concerned DICC. As such, we request you kindly do the needful and oblige. So we requested them to.
All right, let's grant it for a minute. But how do you overcome this? That the scheme stood withdrawn before the commercial production started.
My lord, if your lordship gives me little time, my lord, let me find out something, my lord, whether it can be saved.
All right, Saturday, day after tomorrow. We'll take it up on Saturday.
Saturday.
Yes. Any problem? It's a working day.
With us, can it be taken on Monday, my lord, if not difficult?
Monday we are all loaded.
Hmm?
Fully loaded. Monday, lots of matters are already filled.
Huh?
Are you available on Saturday?
Saturday, I have some difficulty, that's why I'm expressing. Otherwise, I would have, definitely. Saturday, open.
So when do you want it?
Saturday,
Saturday is a working day.
no, that's good. I'm not on that.
So if you can show me a decision which says that if the commercial production commences after the withdrawal of the scheme, then also subsidy linked with commercial production would be applicable. Then I am willing to consider.
That was in fact the key I was about to show you from the scheme. That was.
Which part of the scheme?
That's 6.1 Lordship was mentioning that I was about to read it, the sunset clause, then thereafter this clause, eligibility, applicability.
Clause 6, I have. not taken-
applicability, that's what I was about to read, because 4, 6 and 8, that is where my case lies.
But Mr. K. Agarwal, learned senior counsel, hosted by Mr. S. Barali, learned counsel for the executioner. Also heard Mr. Mr. K. Gogoi, learned CGC appearing for the respondent number 1. Mr. A. Kalita, learned standing counsel,
Artillery,
Industries and Commerce Department, Assam, for respondent numbers 2 to 8, and
But you
Mr.
have
R.
given
K.
permission to
Bhatia,
do one, all
learned
because they-
counsel appearing for the respondent 9. Heard in part on the request of
Now,
Mr.
can you-
Agarwal.
10th of my lord.
This matter be posted again on 10th of August.
10th lordship, there is another matter fixed by your lordship. only.
There are many matters which will come.
That
What
will
to
be,
do?
that will fix.
What to do? Yes. 10th of-
11th lordship, if it is possible, Friday, but 11th.
We'll see, 10th of,
Lordship.
the fixed parted matter, 10th of,
My lord, can we be permitted to, my lord, lordship will permit us to file a rejoinder? My lord, because I am seeking a lordship's leave, otherwise, my lord, I am not entitled to.
you file it, but will not take note of that. That I'm making it very clear. Because the matter was taken up for disposal.
Yes, yes. sir.
You can file it. but-
I understand.
See, the problem is, the court proceedings should have some element of sanctity. So once there is agreement that on the basis of what is there on record, the matter will be taken up.
No, my lord. My lord, I am not
After
disputing.
that, the court will not be fair to the other side also. That's the point. Therefore, the hallmark of a court proceeding is the fairness of the judge. You will appreciate that more than anybody else. We are just trying to be fair and balanced. But yes, that's the point. If you
Yeah.
can turn it on that, which I believe you have the caliber with the assistance of Mr. Bharali, who is an
I
expert.
have some decision. I will be, my lord, let me go through it further, my lord, and I'll place before you.
Formulate your
Because
point.
your lordship says that even if the, my lord, scheme is closed,
Hmm.
even then the Supreme Court says that no. You constitute a committee and allow them because they are-
Provided your right
Commercial
under the
production.
scheme must crystallize before the
and that's-
withdrawal.
Yes.
Now, if it was a case that you have applied before the withdrawal and you have commenced production before withdrawal, you have an
Because
open and shut
Clause
case.
6 will create little difficulty here. That's why.
Little, no, lot of difficulty. If your commencement of production was in 2015 or early part of 2016, or at least a day before then the matter would have been very different. Because then the court would have held that your rights to receive subsidy has crystallized even before the withdrawal of the scheme. But here, you had no right on the date on which the scheme was withdrawn, regardless of whether you are registered or not. Because you will claim subsidy on what? You have to first make the expenditure.
Subsidy on raw materials also. my lord.
Absolutely.
Same
So
as
you have
a-
to first invest. Subsidy is what? The government will bear a part of your expenditure.
Yes.
If you have not made the expenditure, where is the
No,
question?
if not, then my lord, I'm not entitled. I'm not entitled. That's what the claim is from
Hmm.
1st of January only. 1st of January 2017, the claim is, not prior to that.
That is also
I'm
not
making it
possible.
clear.
Not possible.
That
First
is
of
not
January.
possible.
You cannot claim anything before 17th of March 2000.
No, 27th of March, my lord, I can, my lord, because, my lord, not only finished product,
Hmm.
the raw material I have used,
Hmm.
for their transportation, I also.
No,
have.
no,
No,
the
no, that-
criteria
that's
is
not allowed.
commencement of commercial production.
After only, that,
after only
that's
I
what
can-
is, whether raw
I
material or
think,
finished
my lord, I'll
product.
make this
No, you
submission.
examine it.
I-
It could be a
Because,
difficult
my lord,
case.
because if I am entitled for raw material, my lord, I have to, my lord, brought the raw materials earlier to start the
No,
product.
no, that is not the point. The point is
Oh, my
your
entitlement.
entitlement, your case will become live from the date of
Ah, yes,
commercial
yes.
production.
Otherwise,
Prior to that, there is no clause which permits. Subject to what you say.
I'll try to find out.
But I can tell you, the court is still open. The idea behind pointing out these things is that so that you get a chance to.
To prepare and place.
Yes, yes.
That's,
Obviously, ultimately, as I've been saying again and again, financial matters, you have to make out a watertight case. Because otherwise, these orders are never implemented and it creates more problem. This court will not pass this kind of orders. Just generating contempt case after contempt.
No,
case.
no, my lord, it will be of no purpose. It will
So
not
we have
serve
to
any-
make a watertight case, show that X, Y, Z. And of course, I am not convinced that merely because they've changed their name from this to that, that will take away the right. That I am not convinced. You need not labor much on that. Don't labor on that.
No, my lord, I have to labor on, my lord, basically now on this.
This is the point.
This is the point now that.
Accepting and granting that your applications were valid. Where is your entitlement?
I have
Where
to,
is your eligibility?
I have to see, I have to take care of clause 6.
Clause 6 is the biggest hurdle.
That I have, I'll read and I'll try to find out something.
So with or without pleading, you have to meet that point. So 10th of August?
Yes.
Mr. Khalid, 10th of August. Do you want to say anything?
Directly out of station on 10th, my junior will be there. I have nothing more to add to this.
Is it because he's saying you are irrelevant or not?
No, not because of that. Right, it is the ultimate, my lord, disbursement is going to
Yes,
come from.
he is the most relevant.
And the most
If
relevant.
he doesn't
Nothing much
release.
more to say.
All right. That's on a lighter vein.
Let's.
Tell your juniors.
My lord, my junior. Obliged.
Give this book.
May I please, your lordship?
Yes.
Lordship, the petitioner is a widow of a frontline worker, lordship. He was a government servant. And as per a notification of the government of Assam, lordship, she is eligible to an ex gratia of 50 lakhs, lordship.
How much?
50 lakhs because
50. COVID.
COVID years, lordship. So throughout they are admitting, lordship, that I'm eligible, but they're taking time to take instruction. Where is the file? Whether it is in judicial department, whether it is in, on last occasion, Mr. Borpachari
Lordship, I have
appeared,
received
lordship.
instruction. Lordship, may kindly go through. This is the latest instruction received from the Revenue Department, Your Lordship. Just going up. May I read it, Your Lordship?
Yes.
With the reference to the above, I am directed to inform you that as mentioned in this department earlier letter, wide such and such dated such and such, communicated with the Joint Secretary to the Government of India, Ministry of Home Affairs, Disaster Management Division regarding utilization of the fund for providing ex gratia of rupees 50 lakh to the NOK of the various categories of employees who died in harness during COVID-19 pandemic. In response to this department's letter, the Deputy Secretary DM-1, Government of India, Ministry of Home Affairs, Disaster Management Division, wide letter such and such dated 22nd of June 2022 clarified that no financial grants of rupees 50 lakh can be provided from SDRF to the NOKs of deceased due to COVID-19 related duty. In view of above and after careful consideration of all aspects, Government of Assam wide notification number ECF such and such dated 13/7/2023 has rescinded the following existing notifications OMs for payment of ex gratia grant of rupees 50 lakhs to the NOKs of the various categories of employees of Assam government who died in harness due to COVID-19 disease contracted while performing official duties in combating COVID-19 pandemic. So, Your Lordship, these are the notifications which got rescinded. Also, Your Lordship, the state government has recently allowed reimbursement of expenditure incurred in treatment for COVID-19 and other comorbidities in paneled hospitals in case of employees, dependent family members. Secondly, COVID-19 has subsided significantly, and there is already an existing policy of compassionate family pension for those government employee who died in harness. This is the notification of dated 14th of September 2017, Your Lordship. I have provided a copy. There, Your Lordship would kindly go to point number 5. Point 5, 5.1, 5.2, it is stated there, Your Lordship. So it will be covered under these 2 points, Your Lordship.
So you have two options,
Lordship,
either to accept compassionate family pension
lordship,
or to challenge that notification.
Lordship. I need some time, Lordship. I will go through the instruction, Lordship. Some time may be given to us to take instruction from a client.
You have heard Mrs. Kanungo Learned Counsel appearing for the writ petitioner. The petitioner's husband, who was serving as an inspector, bracket UB, bracket close, expired on 7/7/2020 while he was engaged in COVID-19 control duty under the district administration of Kamrup Metro. Full stop. As per a scheme earlier, was it a scheme earlier? 50 lakhs is what?
50
Lakhs
lakhs,
is
Lordship.
annexed, your lordship.
Item,
in the petitioner.
annexure number 4, Lordship, page 24.
It is annexed, your lordship.
The government of Assam through the Revenue and Disaster Management Department, Dispur had earlier issued a notification dated 2/9/2020, internally providing that the next of kin, bracket NOK, of deceased person who died due to COVID-19 while performing official duty will be entitled to ex gratia amount of rupees 50 lakhs to be paid in one installment. Accordingly, the petitioner, being the wife of the deceased government employee, had approached this court by filing the present writ petition. Full stop. Today, when the matter is called up, present writ petition seeking a direction for payment of the ex gratia component of rupees 50 lakhs. Today, when the matter is called up, Ms. Bordoloi, Learned Standing Counsel, Revenue and Disaster Management, bracket General, bracket close Department, has produced a copy of the written instruction dated
This is your lordship, second of
02/08/2023. First up, a perusal of the written instruction goes to show that by notification dated 13/7/2023, the government of Assam has rescinded the earlier decision for payment of ex gratia grant of rupees 50 lakhs to the NOKs of employees who died in harness due to COVID-19 disease. First up, Ms. Bordoloi, however, submits that as per the notification dated 14/9/2017 issued by the government of Assam, Finance, bracket ESTT dash capital A, bracket close, Department, Dispur, bearing number FEJ, all capital, dot 28/2017/26, and more particularly clauses 5.1
5.2,
to 5.1
5.1 and 5.2. Both
More
these two are
particularly,
more
clauses
particular.
5.1 and 5.2, the writ petitioner may be entitled to compassionate family pension if she applies for the same. Full stop. Situated thus, Ms. Kanungo prays for how much time you want?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2
time.
weeks time to obtain instruction from her client on the recourse that she chooses to adopt in this matter. First up, acceding to the prayer made by Ms. Kanungo, this matter stands adjourned for 2 weeks. Copy of the written instruction dated 02/08/2023 be retained in the record.
Also, your
Huh?
lordship, the expenses can be reimbursed, your lordship, they have to provide the bills.
When
etc.
the
Wait,
time
one
has-
minute.
When the time has come to pay, Lordship, they have done this. At that period of time, they
When the time
perform-
comes, many things change. What?
they promised many things, Lordship,
Yes,
when the incident occurred, Lordship.
yes. Mr.
Very
Chalia is
unfortunate.
laughing, smiling. No,
Very unfortunate, Lordship.
right,
At
so-
that point of time,
so you are as a counsel, you tell the court what is the way forward.
Lordship,
We are here to adjudicate on rights.
Lordship,
You have to do more labor. You thought it will be easy, but it's not going to be easy now.
Lordship.
Lordship, may kindly close this writ petition, your lordship, a fresh.
No, I need some
They
time.
may
She
file
wants
this.
time. Why should we close it?
A copy may be given to us, Lordship.
I'll furnish.
The
I'm
co-
obliged. Your
But yes, what is this? You notify that you will pay And then somebody asks, you say, no, will not pay. Huh?
This
What is this? Government of Assam,
2020,
behaving
the
in this
notification
manner?
was issued, your lordship.
why did you issue it then?
Yes, your lordship.
She has two minor son, lordship.
Was there a cabinet decision backing this notification?
I don't think so.
2020's notification.
No,
your
you
lordship.
produce the records. In the meantime, the learned departmental council to produce the relevant records showing the decision-making process which led to the issuance of the notification dated 2020 notification,
2nd of September 2000.
2nd of September 2000. Was there a cabinet decision backing this notification?
I'm sure there must be.
Who
yes,
has
your
issued
lordship.
this? If
This
it
is
is
issued-
done by a cabinet decision, then where is the cabinet decision withdrawing this? You can't just do
I'll
things like
produce the
that.
records. Yes, sir.
These are matters which would come within the purview of Article 166. If not more.
I'll produce records.
We will take the officers to task. If
Yes.
these notifications are issued like this. This is, you are just raising hopes in the public, and in these matters, somebody lost her husband. You say that you will get this benefit, and when she comes, you say, no, we have rescinded. What is the rescind? Is it a contract? Is it a contract that you will rescind it?
No, your lordship.
You have
sorry,
made up
lordship.
promise to the
Yes, your
citizens
lordship.
of some welfare measure.
Yes, your-
When they ask for it, you will rescind it. Then why did you make that promise in the first place? We'll examine these matters. Hmm. Yes,
Lordship has fixed it on
you
specific date.
decide when you want it.
After 4 weeks, your lordship, I'll have to produce the records in case.
Agree on a date on the joint prayer of learned council for both the side. This matter is directed to be posted again on
25th September. ঠিক আছে,
25th September.
Monday, it will be Monday, lordship.
Why? What is special about Monday?
No, she says 4 weeks, so I just,
All right,
or whatever, maybe lordship may.
25th September is too far.
Lordship,
We'll have it on 12th September.
deeply obliged.
I'm obliged, your lordship.
Copy it and we'll go.
Item 5 and 6.
In these matters, my lord, the record will be necessary.
Yes,
If I
record
may
will be
be
necessary.
granted, if I may be granted 2 or 3 weeks' time, my lord, I'll place the records.
Why these matters were called up last week,
They were, my lord.
then? Records to be obtained from where?
Deputy Commissioner Rural, my lord. Kamrup.
America.
What are these matters about?
Mother land acquisition, whatever Mother hear the short story of the cases. On 1887 to 1989, a plot of land to a landless family was settled with an area of two biga in Sangsari. That very year, the last part of that year, very year, two cases were initiated, land acquisition cases. 6 of 89, one, and 6 of 89, part, second one. And the two big of land, but there was some anomaly in the dag numbers, my lord. Whatever the plot of land given to me, which was shown to be dag number 15, which is done, and 950 and subsequently changed, new dag. There it was only 2 kattas. Yes, 1 biga, 3 katta was in dag numbers 12 and 17. During the acquisition proceeding, they said we are acquiring 2 katta, dag number 15. They acquired it. Then again, in the meantime, my lord, the government of Mr. Bajpayee came in power, and there was a 4-lane project was launched. That was 2001, 2002. And the question of construction of ROB was already there, but there were 2 lane only, not 4 lane. Question of enhancing the broadness of the road as well as the ROB came, railway overbridge at Sangsari. And they needed the entire land. They acquired the rest of the land, 1 katta, 1 bigha 3 katta in lag number 12/17. They acquired, but actually they used only my lord 1 katta 1 bigha 3 lesa 3 katta only. That was sufficient. And 2 katta, which was of lag number 15, is still in my occupation. I am there. In the meantime, what happened? Is there any acquisition or they demolished? There was a Tripti oil mill. Lots of know the Tripti oil mill, always very famous. Dalda and other mills, edible oils. That factory I had set up with the loan of the AFC, about of 20 lakhs. That was demolished. Wall was there, they demolished. House was demolished. Then, but they did not require 2 bigha tablet. They require only 1 bigha 3 katta. They are sufficient for the road and the overbridge. Overbridge portion, of course, major part of it fell on the railway land, just across the railway lines. So that remains as that. Now they paid the compensation for 1 bigha 3 katta. But the second 2 katta, there was no matter, no payment of compensation, and they didn't take out. They took a position formally, my lord, in paper, legally, as per the 1894 Act, but they didn't use it. It is still my occupation. I am living there. I have a house also. Now the question here comes, my lord, the Zerat part. Compensation for the land they have taken over has been paid. Because that was a loan part, my lord, from the AFC, Assam Financial Corporation. They directly paid to the AFC. So I am clear of the loan. That part, for the setting of the Tripti mill. But the Zerat part, the construction of the Tripti mill, Tripti oil mills, and the wall and houses, that part has remained unpaid. There are very lengthy notes of the corresponding went on since 1994 till 2011.
This is in part 2. We'll take it up on 17th. You get the record. 17th August, we'll take it up. Are you available?
So hearing is, my lord.
Or the week after that?
Well, the
On
date,
any hearing that, my lord.
Oh,
Old matter.
17th, 24th, subject to the convenience of the Honorable
24th,
Court.
24th, just take a note.
Deeply obliged.
Obliged, my lord.
Get the records. Yes.
I will.
Affidavit has been filed. Affidavit.
The Revenue Department has filed an affidavit. The Deputy Commissioner has not, my lord.
All right, you see if you have to file affidavit, file it.
He
Otherwise,
should, my lord. I'll write.
And
I'll try and ensure he does, my lord.
In fact, the NSI also should have filed how much land they have used. In my position now, it's a 2 katta, but the diagonal 15 is there.
My lord, the only
so
thing,
we'll
my
need,
lord,
we'll need to have the stand of the parties to affidavit.
yes, my lord, the Deputy Commissioner's affidavit will be necessary. My lord, I rely on the document produced by the petitioner, my lord, that appears at page 43.
So, all right, 24th, because in between. there will
24th,
be,
my lord. I'll place.
Thank you, Madam Mara. Anyway, Deputy Commissioner, and if they do not require the 2 katta, my lord, what am I please? Of course, I have not said in so many words in the petition. Let them correct the land acres.
My lord, we will place our stand, my lord. I will
have a
I will
prayer.
ensure.
On that also, see me get decision.
Lordship, SC revenue may be kindly reflected in the cause list. We missed
No,
the
it
five.
will be there, no further list. It is there in part 2 matter.
Part.
Yes, it will be there in the list, no further listing. You make a note in your diary and you come on that day.
Madam, on that also, the 2 katta land, which they have not used.
Yes,
and
please, please.
On that also.
Well,
land
that,
acquisition.
according to the affidavit is also by Aaron Malad, I'll not go into that now. I'll place everything.
All right.
Get some clarification.
Obliged.
Yes. Next, who is there? Which matter? Which other matter? Ready, both sides?
13% they are, and just starting for Jayanta Sutia, he for Karbi Anglong.
13, 14. What is the matter about?
Well, this is regarding Malad, because they have issued the allotment Malad to me and I have prospected, Patta has been issued, and now they wanted to cancel it, Malad. That's all.
So,
Short matter, Malad.
I'll write
Only
you
one
for-
matter is to be hard, the second matter is covered matter.
actually, any other matter where both sides are ready? Part 2 hearing, original hearing?
I shall try to contact.
All right,